Welcome back in our episode of NBA 2K12. So now we are moments away here for start here in Denver, Colorado. Now it's going to be the Western Conference battle between the Golden State Warriors will take on the Denver Nuggets. For this game, you have to use blue and white. The Warriors are going to use the blue, and the Nuggets are going to use the white. It's going to be a marquee matchup between Stephen Curry, Monte Ellis, Nico Mart, and Danilo Gallinari. That will do it for now. This is Andre Kinshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video live here in Pepsi Center in Denver. It's sending over Kevin Harlan in Denver.
Welcome to 2K Sports in the NBA. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Saturday in the NBA. It's going to be Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors up against Nene and the Denver Nuggets. It's off to Denver we go. Let's get the call by Kevin Harlan alongside analyst Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
It's NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And our good friend Doris Burke will join us from the sidelines. Thanks for tuning in. Now we've got a chance for our State Farm starting lineups. First for the Warriors, Monte and Curry in the backcourt. They've got David Lee. He's the definition of a superstar and is always a major factor. Then it's Thompson, and it's Wright in at the four-man position. And then for the Denver Nuggets, Austin and Aflalo are the backcourt. And the man in the middle is Nene. A terrific presence on the low block, one of the best. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Martin in at the power forward.
And the Warriors have had very little success over the last 15 years or so, but they've got new ownership in place, so there's hope. They've got some good young talent. They've manufactured their cap situation, and they're trying to bring in as many good players as possible. I think this has a chance to be an excellent franchise.
Now here's Curry. Leans inside. Here's Thompson, sinks the triple.
And they get on the board first.
Looking to set the tone early.
Here's Denver now. It's a three-point game. Strong bench there, Steve. Ironically for the Warriors, some of the best moves the Warriors have made recently didn't involve a trade at all. Like Monte Ellis, for instance, Clark. He was supposedly going to Memphis.
Kevin, you're exactly right. I mean, sometimes the best move is no move. And they need to keep adding talent, but you got to manage your money wisely. You got to be smart and creative. If you're going to trade away a key player, you better make sure you get significant value in return.
Well, Ty Lawson was a guy waiting in the wings behind Chauncey Billups, and I think one of the reasons the Nuggets felt comfortable trading Billups was that they knew Lawson was prepared to become the starting point guard, and he did not disappoint.
Fires high post, and the Warriors take on two more.
Good basketball instincts on display there, making it happen.
Warriors on D. Thinking back to Lawson, Clark, he really took his chance and ran with it. He's the future of that position with the Denver Nuggets.
You know, sometimes, Kevin, guys are just an opportunity away from showing what they're capable of doing. Case in point, Ty Lawson, he's got speed, he's got strength. I think he's got to continue to improve the consistency of his perimeter shot, but everything else, feel, flow, ability to make plays off the dribble, he's got all of that.
Well, you saw him in college when he played for North Carolina. He was as fast a guard as there was, and maybe we've ever seen.
Boy, how about the touch on that pass? Lobbed it up there nice and soft, feathery.
Yeah, looked like it made. Steve for a pretty easy catch.
Well, the pass may have been soft, but the dunk was anything but.
Ellis outside. He is guarded by Aflalo. Cannot hit. Denver takes it the other way.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
It's tipped. Jumps up and finished off.
Steele really triggered the fast break. Nice play.
You're right, and the break itself may have been even better.
Here's Curry. Ellis outside for three. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Ellis has got 5 now.
He's one of the few guys you don't mind seeing take the three in transition.
Lawson hits to the net. That one falls and off Lawson's feet.
This has been the start that they had hoped for, coming out knocking down 4 of their first 5 shots.
Curry outside, and another 3 for Golden State.
That's the way to do it. Really nice ball movement there.
You look at what George Karl has overcome in his battle against cancer and other issues the last few years. It's just a testament to how tough a person he is. And look at how he blows. For a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Just a little reminder of whose rim it is.
Good thoughts by Clark as we go back to George Karl. A lot of guys, Steve, would have called it a career, but you know and I know all of us, he just loves this game so much.
Well, it was so nice to see the support that he got from around the league as he battled cancer. Did such a great job with that team during the Carmelo drama, as they called it. It was really a very taxing year for George Karl, but he battled through it and ended up putting Denver in a really good spot heading into the postseason. Anticipating that pass so well, beautifully done. I like the way he attacked the mismatch, using his speed to get that shot off.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, sometimes it forces you to be a bit more creative in that situation.
And here's a follow for 3. That is a miss. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you know, playing against the Thunder has to bring back some painful memories for the Nuggets guys. I mean, looking back on their first-round loss, and it was closer than the 5-game total might suggest. That was a very competitive series.
Shot from the top of the key. And knocks down the jumper.
Well, everyone seems to have a hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
A lot of hands down there on the block. That's a tough position to be in offensively.
Kicks it out to Ellis. He's guarded by a follow.
Boy, you gotta love that kind of anticipatory defense.
Lawson. And that one's good. Lawson's got 6. Warriors leading by 4. Yeah, you're right, Clark. In that series between the Thunder and the Nuggets, really a tough defensive series. Steve, both teams shooting just 42% from the field.
And I thought what really hurt Denver was giving up so many offensive rebounds to the Thunder. And that led to a lot of free throws because we saw some offensive putbacks and fouls. Those little things over the course of the series can those really make a huge difference as time goes on.
Now, here's Renee. Lawson dishes to Harrington. Now, right defender. From 11 feet away. And Denver again with the bucket. Aldridge. Jumps up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Al Horton.
Heads up by preventing the easy layup.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up, so he fouled him to force free throws.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Here's Thompson. To stop the run. There's the bucket good. Thompson's got 6. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Warriors lead by 2.
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
And we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here is Miller. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, an NBA All-Star back in 2010, David Lee said, when I came into the league, I was hoping to hang on as the last guy on the bench for 8 to 10 years. I had to test myself at the game. But Lee made it clear his work isn't done. I've accomplished a lot of things by having been to the playoffs. Never won a championship. If I average a double-double and am an All-Star, but we win 25 games, in my opinion, my season has been a failure. David Lee, determined to get this developing Warriors team to the playoffs.
It certainly seemed like they improved this offseason. Thanks, Doris. Again, the Nuggets score.
He is truly a special offensive talent. He's always going to cash in on those kind of chances.
Well, the Warriors have always played a very exciting style that hasn't translated well to the road. In fact, last season they went just 10-31 away from Oakland.
Good luck. Again, Golden State. Here's Miller. Stripped it away. Here's the break. He's guarded by Chandler. And they call goaltending. They'll give him the bucket. And the Nuggets with some changes. Nene comes in for Chris Anderson. And it's a Flalo in for Corey Brewer. Golden State also making some changes. Wright comes in for Yuta. And Steph Curry is subbed in for AC Long. The Nuggets trail by 4. Top of the key. Buries the jump shot. And you know, for the Warriors, that road record, and Steve just talked about it, 10-31. That is an area they're going to have to improve on if they ever want to get in the playoffs.
Well, you know, toughness has been an issue for them. They've been more of a finesse team. When you're trying to claw out a win on the road, there's some toughness you've got to present and possess mentally and physically. And they're trying to add some size and strength inside, and you know, that's a good place to start.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Looking at three-pointer from Stephen Curry.
Well, he's really starting to get in the flow now. Nice move. It's his second here in the quarter after none in the first.
To right. That's one for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Boy, these threes are picking them apart. I mean, 4 out of the last 5 shots against them, all uncontested and all are threes.
Yeah, the defense just looks uninterested right now. I mean, they're not making the effort to challenge these shots.
Well, I tell you what, when I think about Andre Miller, it's his durability that jumps out at you. I mean, he had been the reigning active consecutive games played leader at 632 until that record was broken last year.
And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Curry. Wright's got 5.
You know, he's not going to make a mistake when he gets in tight. That's a good hoop there.
Miller kicks to Chandler. Over Wright. It's blocked. Warriors leading by 5. Here's Rush.
Nuggets foul call. Aaron Aflalo. First
That one is off. For the Nuggets, Chris Anderson is checked in for Nene. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Lawson in for Andre Miller. The Warriors also with a sub. Thornton's checked in. .158 left to play here in the half. On the top of the key, the shot's good from Lawson. Lawson's got 11 points. You know, more and more part in the consecutive game played streak. I know NFL players have a great pride in how many games they play in a row. I mean, it looks like great pride, and you don't think that really is part of the way they look at things, but they do. Back to Miller, he didn't miss due to injury. Instead, he saw his streak snap because of a one-game suspension, Steve, for a flagrant foul.
It almost doesn't seem fair, does it, for a streak like that to end due to a suspension? Really a shame. And you're right, Kevin. Miller, like most players, takes great pride in a streak like that, in his longevity and his ability to bring it every single night.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, longtime NBA coach George George Karl has successfully battled back from throat cancer, and even some of his big rivals have opened their hearts. Says Karl on the matter, sometimes we take our job way too seriously. We think there are enemies out there, and there really aren't. Nothing like a dose of perspective to change the way you see things, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Everyone had Coach George Karl in their hearts, certainly, throughout this entire ordeal.
This goes to show how tough it is to be able to come back from that and keep coaching in the NBA.
And now 6 of their last 10 points from mid-range. Yeah, jump shot really serving these guys pretty well.
And the basket by Curry. Here's Lawson. 13 points in the game. And Curry picks him up defensively. And stolen by Thornton.
Well, you've got to simply value the possession. Boy, that is an alley-oop of the highest order on the front end. Back in.
Well, a play they've been working on, I'm sure.
That's got to be the case because that was impeccable timing.
Gallinary's got his second best of the game. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Ellis. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist in the game. And here comes Lawson.
I got ball! I got ball!
A 3-ball. Another 3 for Denver.
They strike right back to the free throw. See, that's a great way to respond after giving up the long ball.
He's got 16. Right side Curry. And he brings it.
Ooh-wee, Kevin. That was a big shot to... in their lead. Send them into halftime with momentum.
That'll do it for the first half. And we'll return momentarily.
A great Saturday for some NBA action. Here's your weekend edition of the HP Halftime Report. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Denver. Their passing has been something to admire, all the assists coming in bunches. Stephen Curry on cruise control in this one against the defense of the Nuggets. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And for the Nuggets, it's been all hustle. Tremendous production off the pine for them. The bench providing a big boost. A tremendous first half for Ty Lawson. He scored 16 points and has also chipped in with a few steals. Strong showing so far by these two in the action today, leading their team in points in the first half. And back to Pepsi Center we go as the third quarter is just about to get underway.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Here's Lawson.
Well, despite all the turmoil surrounding the Nuggets last season, the Pepsi Center was a sanctuary for...
You know, some criticize the hiring of Mark Jackson by the Warriors because he has no prior coaching experience, but he's full of confidence. He's a leader. I think he's going to be a tremendous success there. I don't doubt it at all.
Now here's Ellis. Tight defense on him. Count the bucket. Wright's got 7 points.
Well, you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Well, talking about Mark Jackson and his inexperience, remember Doc Rivers did the same thing. He took over Orlando without any coaching experience, and Doc has turned into one of the best coaches in the NBA. So Mark Jackson could be on a similar path. Very bright, very energetic, and can really relate to the players. I think he's a good fit for Golden State.
From about 19 feet. Good. He has 6. Here's Ellis. He's got 15. Now Lawson defending. Lawson gets a hand out. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down the basket consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing. And growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
It's stolen by Lawson. Lee with the steal. Knocked away. Thompson passes to Ellis. He feeds it to Wright. Can they get it? That's the bucket. Wright's got 5 points in the quarter.
Tell you what, Darrell Wright really burst onto the scene last season after spending the early part of his career in Miami. The Warriors signed him as a free agent, and it was a great pickup. He led the league and made 3-pointers. He had 9 in one game for Golden State. And the Warriors had 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Here's Curry with the three. No good. So the Nuggets will take it the other way. More on Wright in his three-point shooting. He was even invited to the three-point shooting contest just to give you more of an idea of what kind of shooter he really is.
Kevin, he didn't win the event, but he still showed well and almost got to the final round. Still, he's a great guy to have for spreading the floor because of his size and his range. He can finish around the basket, too, so this young man is coming. He's found a nice home in Golden State.
Nice shot by Gallinari.
It's amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect in this game.
Outside Curry. From the arc. Another miss by Curry. The Nuggets trail by 3.
Yeah, you can't make that kind of an error and expect to win.
You're right, Steve, because they will cost you. I mean, those kind of mistakes, those are losing plays.
For the Nuggets, Al Harrington's checked in for Martin, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Golden State also making some changes. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Lee, and Udo subbed in for Darrell Wright. The feed to Lawson. Kicks it to Harrington. Back to Lawson. And he finishes nicely on the way. Lawson's got 21 in the game.
Well, they've really picked up the intensity here since halftime.
I think they got the pep talk and both teams are really going after each other.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Well, the Warriors traditionally have been a run-and-gun team. Last season was no different. They tied for 4th in the NBA overall in three-pointers made, and they were number 1 in the league in fast break points.
Took in no time at all on that one. 21 points for Ellis.
What a fantastic performance for long range.
Well, that's been his territory all game, Steve.
Here's Nene. Here's Harrington, and Denver again with the bucket.
Well, that is a sweet feed from his teammate there.
And that running gun style, Steve, you said you're number 1 in the NBA in fast break points. So ingrained, it seems, Clark, in the Warriors culture.
Well, I tell you what, I love that style. As do you, Steve. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch. Part of the reason this team has drawn crowds even when it hasn't won because they play such a fun, entertaining style. But I think the Warriors realize they've got to get bigger and more defensive-minded if they're going to be competitive.
Kenny Martin is checked in for Denver. Swallow comes in for Corey Brewer. And Golden State also making a change here. Al Thornton's checked in for Thompson. Nene dishes to Aflalo. Drains the three-pointer. Aflalo's got 12. Warriors leading by 3. Curry kicks to Ellis. Back to Curry. Right side Curry. The 3. And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Curry. Ellis has got 12 points now in the quarter.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 three-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
Money shot, but game Golden State.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Lawson outside. Backing down his Martin. Diedrich with the block. And it's the Warriors with the ball.
Now running a little bit of time off. Looks like they're going to play for the final shot.
Steve, you're right. If nothing presents itself, hold for one.
Another three, and we've just seen a barrage from long range here in the second half.
They have come out blazing. Defensively, it's hard to deny that shot. I mean, that's a lot of ground to cover when a team spreads you out like they do.
Here's Ellis. He's got 29 points. Outside for Curry. It'll count. He just barely beat the buzzer.
Unflappable. Wasn't rattled at all. I mean, he's the kind of guy you want taking those shots.
Yep, I agree with that. Pressure mounting, the crowd counting it down, and bang, he drains it.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Monte Ellis has been sensational.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, through the first three quarters, Steve, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. I mean, that's poise that is very impressive. That's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
The Warriors on top, up by 12. So as we get rolling here in the fourth, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for the Sprite Spark Report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Warriors that garners the Sprite Spark today. There has been absolutely no let-up, even as their lead continues to grow with each stop. They're using this game to send a message to anyone who is watching, it seems. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one by the throat, really seized control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on. As by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
That one goes. Count it. Thompson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors. Lawson outside. Shoots from 12. It's Martin that time on the assist by Lawson. Lawson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Law, the pass to Thornton. That's good, and a nice assist from Law. And the Warriors lead by 15.
Another fast break move. They're just outrunning their opponent here.
You know what, Steve? I think the defense has left themselves vulnerable, and they're learning the hard way that speed definitely kills.
Now Lawson defending. Here's Lee. Straight up. Drops in the layup for 2.
It's been a complete game for him, hasn't it?
Yep, I agree with you there. I mean, he's been in the middle of everything going on.
Get out!
Here's Harrington. Another 3 for Denver.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores.
Here's Law. Lawson defending. Break from outside. That's good, and a nice assist from Law.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Martin, that is in there. Watson with the assist. 12 points for Kenyon Martin. Warriors leading by 15. He's picked up by Lee. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Denver.
Another turnover and another hoop the other way. You know, a lot of the points they've given up, guys, have been a result of turnovers. And if you turn it over, there's no way to set your defense. Better offense will lead to better defense because you do have a chance to get set.
Denver calls timeout.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Nene, he's checked in for Harrington. Molinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Corey Brewer checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ty Lawson. And then for Golden State, Ellis comes in for Al Thornton. And Steph Curry subbed in for AC Long. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. Turnovers are killing us, he said. We're making things way too easy on them. No more improvisation. Let's run our sets, make the right pass, and we'll get quality shots. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris.
I tell you, Montiel is so unbelievably quick. A great scorer, but tremendous athleticism, a huge part of his game as well.
And Ellis drops them both. Well, a few years back, Ellis badly injured his ankle in a moped accident that we all read about. And there were some concerns whether it would slow him down. Steve, you see any change in speed?
He looks as athletic and as quick and strong as ever. And I think the big thing with Monte, he's really matured. He's developed a more professional approach to his job. And he really works at it, his conditioning and his skill set. So he's become an excellent all-around player.
Right up. And Nene with the basket on the assist by Miller. 6 points for Nene.
Another turnover leading to a bucket.
Yeah, they make the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, it's really fueling their offense right now.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 13. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. A different look for Denver. Swallow comes in for Corey Brewer. And it's Lawson in for Andre Miller. Reggie Williams, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Aflalo, picked up by Ellis. It's a down.
Read that pass there into the paint.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
1:35 left to play in the final quarter. And the basket by Curry.
He's been so valuable for this team with plays like that one.
Lawson against Curry. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Ty Lawson is just so fast on the floor. I mean, he's a beat blur. I mean, it's impossible to stay in front of that guy. Low center of gravity and unbelievable speed.
Exactly what you said, Clark, about Lawson. We're starting to see a lot of the shorter, quicker point guards make their way, Steve, back in the league.
And I think that's a direct result, Kevin, of the rule changes, in the last 7-8 years. The hand checking no longer allowed. So these smaller, quicker point guards can really get to the rim and cause havoc for the defense. He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
It's Curry. That time on the assist from Monte Ellis. Curry's got 14 points now in the second half.
Hey, who got him?
Lawson kicks to Gallinari. That is in there. Lawson with the assist.
Well, you look at the scoreboard and you realize how much he's already contributed. You really have to wonder how bad it might be if he weren't doing the job he's done so far.
That's probably going to do it. They are just putting this team away.
Steve, I thought they caught fire just at the right time, blowing this one wide open as the clock winds down.
And the shot's good from Nene.
Now, they probably needed more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work off of going into the next game.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
A true power dunk, Kev. I thought he might squeeze the air out of the ball on that one.
Well, when he gets it near the basket, you know where he's headed.
He's going fast and with force.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're up by 13. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure why they're calling this timeout. The game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. Maybe they just want to bask in the wind just a little longer, but I don't agree with it. Let's go. Get out of here.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Beatrice comes in for David Lee, and it's AC Law in for Steph Curry. Ellis working against Lawson. A fader. Ellis, that's good.
No, you can put this one in the W column. I mean, this is locked up now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they closed this game out exactly. Like they needed to.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Monte Ellis.
Warning, warning, warning! We have bad news tonight. There's no games for Saturday. There's no games for Sunday and Monday. There's no ESPN. Have no flights. So instead, our next day, or next Tuesday, we're off to Oakland. The first game on Tuesday night, we're heading to PD Garden, and the Boston Celtics will host the Milwaukee Bucks 5-1 here in Boston. In the second game, the Golden State Warriors will host to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The 5-1 here because they have their issues to take in the Warriors and the Timberwolves. It's going to be interesting here in Oakland, California. It's going to be Monte Ellis take on Michael Beasley. So let's check out the NBA national television schedule. So we're now heading to Boston and Oakland to recap a great matchup. We see you next Tuesday and Thursday. As the earlier, the Kansas City Chiefs already clinched the first playoff team to clinch the playoffs for the upcoming 2025 postseason. That will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Reminder, Tuesday, the first matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks take on the Boston Celtics. And next Thursday, we're heading to Oakland, California as the Minnesota Timberwolves will take on the Golden State Warriors as the NFL Week 14 predictions will begin on December 6th. As they now, actually December 6th is wrong. December 4 will be broadcast. So that will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. As we wrap up the month of November. We'll see you December 3 live here in Oakland. The Timberwolves take on the Warriors. Actually, the Bucks take on the Celtics, and the Timberwolves take on the Warriors. Warning: this is not allowed to 2K12 on December 1 and 2. Instead of December 3, reminder once again, the Bucks and the Celtics. Then December 5, after break of December 4, the NFL Week 14 predictions. December 5, we're heading to Oakland, California. The Minnesota Timberwolves take on the Golden State Warriors. That will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so long and have a wonderful. We'll wrap up the month of November as the Christmas approaching. Sign up and peace out. Good night. I will turn off the warning sound. And it's time to say farewell, everyone.